38, saying, Blessed be the King that cometh in the name of the Lord, peace in heaven, and glory in the highest.
Moreover, take thou up a lamentation for the princes of Israel, and say, What is thy mother? A lioness. She lay down among lions. She nourished her whelps among young lions. And she brought up one of her whelps. It became a young lion, and it learned to catch the prey. It devoured men. The nations also heard of him. He was taken in their pit, and they brought him with chains unto the land of Egypt. Now when she saw that she had waited, and her hope was lost, then she took another of her whelps, and made him a young lion. He went up and down among the lions. He became a young lion, and learned to catch the prey, and devoured men. He knew their desolate palaces, and he laid waste their cities, and the land was desolate, and the fullness thereof by the noise of his roaring. Then the nations set against him on every side from the provinces, and spread their net over him. He was taken in their pit, and they put him inward in chains, and brought him to the king of Babylon. They brought him into holds, that his voice should no more be heard upon the mountains of Israel. Thy mother is like a vine, thy blood, planted by the waters. She was fruitful and full of branches by reason of many waters. She had strong rods for the scepters of them that bare rule, and her stature was exalted among the thick branches. And she appeared her height with the multitude of her branches. But she was plucked up and buried. She was cast down to the ground, and the east wind dried up her fruit. Her strong rods were broken and withered. The fire consumed them. And now she is planted in the wilderness, in a dry and thirsty ground. And fire is gone out of a rod of her branches, which hath devoured her fruit, so that she hath no strong rod to be a scepter to rule. This is a lamentation. It shall be for a lamentation. Passed in the 7th year, in the 5th month, the 10th day of the month, that certain of the elders of Israel came to inquire of the Lord, and sat before me. Then came the word of the Lord unto me, saying, Son of man, speak unto the elders of Israel, and say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, Are ye come to inquire of me? As I live, saith the Lord God, I will not be inquired of you by you. Wilt thou judge them, Son of man? Wilt thou judge them? Cause them to know the abominations of their fathers, and say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, in the day when I chose Israel, and lifted up mine hand unto the seed of the house of Jacob, and made myself known unto them in the land of Egypt, when I lifted up mine hand unto them, saying, I am the Lord your God, in the day that I lifted up my hand unto them, to bring them forth of the land of Egypt into a land that I had espied for them, flowing with milk and honey, which is the glory of all lands. Then said I unto them, Cast ye away every man the abominations of his eyes, and defile not yourselves with the idols of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. But they rebelled against me, and would not hearken unto me. They did not every man cast away the abominations of their eyes, neither did they forsake the idols of Egypt. Then I said, I will pour out my fury upon them, to accomplish my anger against them in the midst of the land of Egypt. But I wrought for my name's sake that it should not be polluted before the heathen, among whom they were, in whose sight I made myself known unto them, in bringing them forth out of the land of Egypt. Wherefore I caused them to go out of the land of Egypt, and brought them into the wilderness. And I gave them my statutes, and shewed them my judgments, which if a man do, he shall even live in them. Moreover also I gave them my Sabbaths to be a sign between me and them, that they might know that I am the Lord that sanctified them. But the house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness. They walked not in my statutes, and they despised my judgment, which if a man do, he shall even live in them. My Sabbaths they greatly polluted. Then I said I would pour out my fury upon them in the wilderness to consume them. But I wrought for my name's sake that it should not be polluted before the heathen, in whose sight I brought them out. Yet also I lifted up my hand unto them in the wilderness, that I would not bring them into the land which I had given them, flowing with milk and honey, which is the glory of all lands, because they despised my judgment, they walked not in my statutes, but polluted my Sabbaths, for their heart went after their idols. Nevertheless mine eye spared them from destroying them, neither did I make an end of them in the wilderness. But I said unto their children in the wilderness, Walk ye not in the statutes of your fathers, nor observe their judgments, nor defile yourself with their idols. I am the Lord your God. Walk in my statutes, and keep my judgments, and do them, and hallow my Sabbaths, and they shall be a sign between me and you, that ye may know that I am the Lord your God. Notwithstanding the children rebelled against me. They walked not in my statutes, neither kept my judgments to do them, which if a man do, he shall even live in them. They polluted my Sabbaths, and then I said I would pour out my fury upon them, to accomplish my anger against them in the wilderness. Nevertheless I withdrew my hand, and wrought for my name's sake, that it should not be polluted in the sight of the heathen, in whose sight I brought them forth. I lifted up mine hand unto them also in the wilderness, that I would scatter them among the heathen, and disperse them through the countries, because they had not executed my judgments, but had despised my statutes, and had polluted my Sabbaths, and their eyes were after their fathers' idols. Wherefore I gave them also statutes that were not good, and judgments whereby they should not live. And I polluted them in their own gifts, in that they caused to pass through the fire all that openeth the womb, that I might make them desolate to the end, that they might know that I am the Lord. Therefore, Son of Man, speak unto the house of Israel, and say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, yet in this your fathers have blasphemed me, in that they have committed a trespass against me. For when I brought them into the land, for the which I lifted up mine hand to give it to them, then they saw every high hill and all the thick trees, and they offered there their sacrifices, and there they presented the provocations of their offering. There also they made their sweet savor, and poured out there their drink offering. Then I said unto them, What is the high place whereunto ye go? And the name thereof is called Bema unto this day. Wherefore say unto the house of Israel, Thus saith the Lord God, Are ye polluted after the manner of your fathers, and commit ye whoredom after their abominations? For when ye offer your gifts, when ye make your sons to pass through the fire, ye pollute yourselves with all your idols, even unto this day, and I shall be inquired of by you, O house of Israel. As I live, saith the Lord God, I will not be inquired of by you, and that which cometh into your mind shall not be at all that ye say, We will be as the heathens, as the families of the countries, to serve wood and stone. As I live, saith the Lord God, surely my hand and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out, I will rule over you. And I will bring you out from the people, and will gather you out of the countries wherein ye are scattered, with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out. And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people. There will I plead with you face to face, like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt. So I will plead with you, saith the Lord God. And I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bonds of the covenant, and I will purge out from among you the rebels, and them that transgress against me. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel. Ye shall know that I am the Lord. As for you, O house of Israel, thus saith the Lord God, Go ye, serve ye every one his idols, and hereafter also, if ye will not hearken unto me, but pollute ye my holy name, no more with your gifts and with your idols. For in mine holy mountain, in the mountain of the height of Israel, saith the Lord God, there shall For in mine holy mountain, in the mountain of the height of Israel, saith the Lord God, there shall all the house of Israel, all of them in the land, serve me, and there will I accept them, and there will I require your offerings, and the first fruits of your oblations, with all your holy things. I will accept you with your sweet savor, and I bring you out from the people, and gather you out of the countries wherein ye have been scattered. I will be sanctified in you before the heathen, and ye shall know that I am the Lord, when I shall bring you into the land of Israel, into the country for the which I lifted up mine hand to give it to your fathers. And there shall ye remember your ways, and all your doings wherein ye have been defiled. Ye shall loathe yourselves in your own sight, for all your evils that ye have committed. And ye shall know that I am the Lord, when I have wrought with you for my name's sake, not according to your wicked ways, nor according to your corrupt doings. O ye house of Israel, saith the Lord God. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face toward the south. Drop thy word toward the south, and prophesy against the forest of the south field. Say to the forest of the south, Hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I will kindle a fire in thee, and it shall devour every green tree in thee, and every dry tree. The flaming flame shall not be quenched, and all faces from the south to the north shall be burned therein. All the flesh shall see that I, the Lord, have kindled it. It shall not be quenched. Then said I, Ah, Lord God, they say of me, Doth he not speak parables? According to the dough of the son of David. My God. According to the dough of the dawn. The Psalm of David. A saying of David. My
My God, my God,
God,
why
why
have you forsaken me?
you forsaken me?
Why are you so far from saving me?
Why you so far from saving me?
From the words of my
From
groaning.
the word from my groaning.
Oh my God, I cry.
Oh my God,
I
I
cry
cry
day
by day,
but you do not answer.
but you do not answer.
And by
And
night I find no rest.
by night I find no rest.
Yet you are
Yet
holy,
you are holy,
enthroned on the praises
and on the
praises of Israel.
of Israel.
And you are
And
fallen.
you are fallen, trusted.
They trusted,
They
and you
trusted,
delivered them.
and you delivered them. To
you they
you
cried,
they tried
and were rescued.
and were rescued.
In you
In
they
you
trusted,
they trust and were not
put
put
to
to
shame.
shame.
But I am a worm and not a man,
But I am the one, but not a
scorned
man,
by mankind,
scorned by mankind,
and despised by
and
all the people. Despised by the people.
by the people.
All who see me mock,
Mock me.
they
They
make
make
mouths at
mouths
me.
at me.
They wag their heads.
Their heads.
He trusts in the Lord.
The Lord.
Let him deliver him.
Him.
Let
Let
him rescue him, for he
rescue
delights
him.
in him.
For the desires
Yet you are he who took me from the womb.
in him.
You made me
Yet
trust you at my
you
mother's breasts.
who took me from the womb.
Womb. You made me trust you at my mother's breast.
Trust you.
On you I was cast forth from my birth, and from
You
my mother's
made
womb.
me trust at my mother's breast. On you was I cast from birth,
and from my mother's womb. You have been my God.
womb.
Be not far from
My
me.
God, be not far from me.
For troubles
Near, and
there is none to
there
help.
is none to help
Many
me.
bulls encompass me.
Strong
bulls.
Jesus unto his disciples, If any man come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. Matthew 16:24. For nearly 400 years, the people of Abu-Murgai in Bavaria had been putting on a passion play depicting the events of the last week of the life of Christ. They began the performances after the village was spared from the bubonic plague in the early 1600s. The story is told that an American visitor watched the drama unfold, sprang into action when the actor portraying Jesus fell while carrying the cross towards the crucifixion scene. The tourist was caught up in the emotion of the moment and wanted to lift the cross from the back of Jesus. Expecting it to be a prop, he reached down with one hand but found that he could not move the heavy wooden cross. After the play was over, he met with the actor, who told him, I found that I cannot look like Christ without carrying a real cross. Taking up the cross does not earn our salvation. That was fully accomplished by Christ alone. But taking up our cross is a response of those who have already been saved by grace and chose to follow him. Like the actor who found he could not look like Christ without carrying a real cross, so there are no light crosses for the Christians who wish to truly follow Jesus Christ. The cross is more than just a symbol of Christianity. It is an expression of what Jesus requires from those who would follow in his steps. There is no successful model for selfish Christianity. Though there are many selfish Christians, their refusal to take up the cross limits their ability to follow Jesus. Obedience is costly, but so is the price of hearing the words, well done, when we stand before the Father. So lay aside self today, take up the cross so that you can truly walk in his steps. He that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Whoso loveth wisdom rejoiceth his father, but he that keepeth company with harlots spendeth his substance. The king by judgment establisheth that land, but he that receiveth gifts overthroweth it. A man that flattereth his neighbor spreadeth a net for his feet. In the transgression of an evil man there is a snare, but the righteous doth sing and rejoice. The righteous considereth the cause of the poor, but the wicked regardeth not to know it. Scornful men bring a city into a snare, but wise men turn away wrath. If a wise man contendeth with a foolish man, whether he rage or laugh, there is no rest. The bloodthirsty hate the upright, but the just seek his soul. A fool uttereth all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it till afterwards. If a ruler hearkeneth to lies, all his servants are wicked. The poor and the deceitful man meet together, and the Lord lighteneth both their eyes. The king that faithfully judgeth the poor, his throne shall be established forever. The rod and reproof give wisdom, but a child left to himself bringeth his mother to shame. When the wicked are multiplied, transgressions increaseth, but the righteous shall see their fall. Correct thy son, and he shall give thee rest. He shall give delight unto thy soul. Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. A servant will not be corrected by words, for though he understands, he will not answer. Seest thou a man that is hasty in his words? There is more hope of a fool than of him. And he that delicately bringeth up his servant from a child shall save him, become his son at the length. And an angry man stirreth up strife. A furious man aboundeth in transgressions. A man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble in spirit. Whoso is partner with a thief hateth his own soul. He heareth cursing, and bewrayeth it not. The fear of man bringeth a snare, but whoso putteth his trust in the Lord shall be safe. Many seek the ruler's favor, but every man's judgment cometh from the Lord. An unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is an abomination to the wicked.